Yeah, when I was a little kid, I lived out in Squamish. There was this trail I used to take to go to my school way, way, way down at the bottom of this hill. And on the way there one morning, trail I took like all the time, I wound up spotting something in the dirt, like all kind of pushed in. And I looked at it, and it looked like something was drawn on a rock. So I picked it up and wiped it off. And it was this weird like bird drawn on this really smoothed out rock. And at first I thought, oh cool, it was like, sort of like a tourist piece or whatever. And I kept it for a long time, didn't really think much of it. And then the weird thing was when I was a kid, I used to believe that if I put it under my pillow when I went to sleep, I'd have really crazy dreams every time. Yeah. So I thought it was something nice. Like I thought, oh wow, it's this really cool thing that, gives you cool dreams. So I gave it to my brother when we were younger, like in high school or whatever, and I told him gives you cool dreams and all this kind of shit. And so he kept it for the longest time, and just like the whole thing with the box, he's been having lots of medical problems ever since. More or less ever since I gave him the rock.
Yeah.
And so, just like the skeptic said, it's possible we just attributed it to the wrong thing. But at the same time, it's just kind of weird timing, right?
Yeah.
And he actually wrote to that guy, the osteopathic guy, and he wrote him back, and that was how we learned about burying them in the dirt. Because he said, yeah, if you bury them in the dirt, it'll lessen the effects of this thing. So we did that, and then we moved out of the place that we had it buried in. But apparently, if you just discard it without handing it off to somebody else, and them willingly taking it from you, it can cause you even worse stuff. Like it gets even worse for you.
Yeah, it's totally unresolved and becomes vengeful, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like trying to get rid of me.
Yeah.
Just a little while ago, like a couple weeks ago, Shane was like, "Oh, I've still got that rock, and you want it back?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." So I took it back, and I have it now.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's the other thing
weird.
too. Like, because I was friends with you guys around that time too, and I hung out with Shane a bit more around the time when he got that. Yeah, no, it was almost kind of like night and day with the getting sick and stuff.
It is fast.
But it's also weird because you guys didn't know what the rock was until after that. So it wasn't even like there was that bit of disposition other than you just get weird dreams.
Yeah.
So,
much, yeah.
But the fact that the professor was like, oh yeah, shit, that's part of a Dybbuk box.
Yeah.
Or,
he's
something
that sounds
similar
like something,
to it.
Yeah, it was quite neat. And actually, I did recently, after I got it back, I put it back under my pillow to see if it still worked. And maybe again, it's because of the expectation to it, but I did have some pretty fucked up dreams whenever I had my pillow. Yeah.
So were they nightmares or just
bordering on them? There was
Bordering?
really weird shit that happened. They got pretty lucid as well, really, really quite lucid. And I remember it too. When I was a kid, I used to have really lucid dreams all the time, and that was because I just left it under my pillow. I never moved it.
Oh, okay.
And so I had some really weird lucid dreams and stuff, and they were all bordering on nightmare, really creepy, weird shit would happen.
Yeah.
But it wasn't I wouldn't wake up shivering and in cold sweats and terrified or anything like that. It was just everything was really off and really creepy, and there was people would show up and say really creepy shit and then go away, and I'd wind up in just hallways all the time. It was pretty creepy. And that was and I don't sleep with it anymore.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to remain skeptical, but I also, I don't know, I don't want to tempt fate. Just hedging my bets,
Yeah. And from the sounds of it, it's always, it kind of affects people differently as well. You give it to Shane, and then he starts having, a lot of medical problems. When you got it back, it's more it affects your, subconscious rather than your physical body.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to just hear that. It's so everybody sort of has, a different thing going on. This one rock. So.
Yeah, And the weird thing was after he gave it back to me, I went home after that because I was at my dad's, and on the way home, I was just really happy that I jogged up this giant fucking hill on the way home and stuff. So I was just super excited, and I was yeah, I feel really good.
My precious.
Yeah, it was totally. Yeah, I had Gollum syndrome. It was fucked up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and actually, it was really weird. Actually, very good. Yeah. You remember that on Instagram I posted that blood moon thing, and I was like, "Hey guys, who killed Rom the vacuous spider?" And I made that Bloodborne joke. that was the night that I got it back.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's like really recent.
yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't long ago at all. I got home and I was, like stayed up really late because I got a bunch of weird shit done. Like I got like a bunch of writing done, drew a picture, all this kind of stuff. I was really like excited. And then I woke up the next morning to go to the bathroom. To my bathroom in my place, I have to go past my front door. And I went past my front door because I went out and I went to go check out the moon, get that picture, and I came back in. And I don't know if I forgot to do this because I was just so happy and excited and stuff like that. But I walked up to my front door, and the deadbolt and door lock were unlocked, and the door was just resting against the frame. It was left open all night.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Slammed it and locked it and stuff. I was like, did I do that? Like, was I that stupid? Like, was I that like out of it and happy and stuff? But I was like, I didn't even know.
You never know that.
Yeah. I
So-
felt really fucking stupid after that though.
Yeah, but still, yeah, that's kind of interesting. But like, yeah, it's almost kind of like it's
the
a
news
good thing that you've got this now because it seemed to be affected the least amount of bad ways.
Yeah.
This is kind of like a good thing.
And
So.
from
guess, yeah,
from the
yeah.
sound of it, it's like the whole muse thing again. Once you got the rock, then you start doing all this productive stuff, and it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
So that's kind of weird.
It is, yeah. It is, yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's the muse.
the views, yeah.
Not the band.
Not the band.
No.
The new single out today. Drums.
I think so.
Give us your England money.
For those that's in England, actually.
Yeah.
Do we have actually people listening that's not in North America?
No, the stats don't tell me that.
Really?
Not really, no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
I'm sure I could look into it, but
Who cares?
yeah.
So, I'm gonna talk about the Japanese possessed, or it's not really cursed, they're like possessed objects.
Okay.
Because, Japan being their whole different take on many different spirits and all that stuff, there's a thing called the Zukumogami, which is basically it's basically a spirit or a presence that actually is birthed from an object that's been here on Earth for longer than 100 years. So it's something that's sort of like, it sort of becomes self-aware and has a soul after 100 years old. So that's why you hear a lot of, Japanese folklore with like umbrellas with eyeballs, or
The
ghost
lanterns.
ghost
Yeah.
lanterns and all that kind of stuff. Or how basically the whole movie Spirited Away.
Yeah, everything about Spirited Away.
Yeah. So that's basically it. And then I remember there's like a show, I don't know what's the English translation for it, where it's like about this kid who has his hair covering in his eyes, and he's got a little like eyeball buddy.
Oh shit! Yeah, the anime.
Anime. That's kind of like that. Cause
Isn't it like Yokai something?
yeah,
or
it's
whatever?
Yokai something. But it just deals with like the whole Japanese spirit. And how,
Yeah.
all these sometimes like malevolent spirits shows up and just fuck shit up, because usually they're depicted as tricksters. Because why not? Because when you're a spirit, you just go fuck with people.
After 100 years.
Yeah, it's
Years.
like I can finally move around. Yeah,
It's like, I'm a rock. Fuck you, people that's crossing the bridge.
So like an angry rock. It's like, hey you.
Yeah,
Fuck
you. Yeah, you. Fuck off.
Socks or sandals? You fucking think you. Keep walking, idiot.
Actually, I think that's another reason why I didn't watch that anime. The like kid with his eye covered, he always wears those like sandals. I'm like, no.
And and demonic sandals.
Table.
Yeah, his sandals are demonic too, and
Yeah.
like
Really?
Yeah, his whole arsenal was like demonic or something like that.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It's like,
It's weird, but it's like the idea of like everything, just the whole. It's very cool belief, like how something you just like if it's long enough, it becomes self-aware and grows a life or something like that. That's really cool. It kind of reminds you of like how it's very existential if you think about it this way. It's like how if you give something that you own value, and then suddenly it just becomes a lot more valuable to you because you've given that value to it, and you tell other people like, oh, this is my so and so, this is my such and such, and then like people will suddenly recognize, oh, this is something that's really valuable. Well, in itself, it might just be a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we got a transformer like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is worth $1,000, but still, it's like the thing that I'm like in the Transformer community, like local, like I'm known as like the guy with that Transformer.
Yeah,
So it's like,
it's
Oh, damn.
I think it also becomes to a point where it gets obsessive and
a little bit.
really crazy, because you get some people like the whole Gollum syndrome thing where they just see it, it's like, oh, it's my rock, it's my rock, or
Nobody touch it.
yeah, and then sometimes they even like, I don't know if it's just me being superstitious or something like that. It's just kind of, I feel like if you're really obsessed or just really treasure something, you sort of inject a part of yourself in it.
For sure, yeah.
Because you know how like a lot of people, let's say, oh, that this writer died or something like that, and then like his parchment paper is haunted or something like that. It's because like that person is so connected with that thing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe like
As someone who's very materialistic,
yeah,
no doubt.
Well, it's weird because I've always associated like things to like parts of my memory. So like I guess it sound really weird. And, like, for those of you who do know me, like I'm a toy guy and stuff like that. So it's like you could ask me about whatever Christmas it was.
you can remember like it's this Christmas that I got this toy.
Yeah, like the Christmas where I got like my first Optimus Prime. Like I can tell you what we had for dinner that day and stuff like that. And it was like I was super young.
Yeah.
But like anything else is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like, and like, the Christmas where I got like the big Lego set from Germany and stuff, and it's like super excited about that. Like my uncle phoned that day from Windsor as well, and it was just this. Like it's weird because it's like, I definitely put like a chunk of me.
You definitely exert the part of yourself into the thing.
Yeah.
The object in your. It's like just a lot of people with their guitars or just their pens. Especially maybe it's a pen that you're given by your father, and then it's like, oh, I've been using it for so long, and then I've been passing it down, and there's like definitely there's some input to it, but at the same time it's like it's more on a spiritual level as well. Although for you listeners, if you're listening to this, I might sound crazy to you. I'm not crazy.
Edison's crazy.
Shut up.
Crazy, man.